Good morning, everybody, and this is your DAX day trade setup for today. So after a couple of days of absolutely nothing, we get a massive engulfing bar and pretty much got close to the gap. I don't think we've closed the gap. We'll have a look at that on the lower time frames. Oscillators are grouped to the downside. This is a beautiful bit of structure. If you look there was a similar bit of structure there with oscillators grouped to the downside and just below the 155 again, and then all the way up. So big question at the moment is, are we top of range or are we looking to break to the upside? One bit of positive news for the bulls is that this is a higher low. So higher low and pretty solid green bar this. So if we just start drilling down through the time frames, you'll see on the 3 hour, converse is true now. So we've got grouping of the oscillators to the upside. I just want to see if we close the gap. Not quite, but close. It's very. Let's just call it closed. I mean, there's quite a bit of structure here at the gap. So we've left the gap. We've left two gaps to the downside, in actual fact. So ideally, you'd want to see some kind of a pullback onto structure. Now I'm going to use this bottom level here because that there is structure, and it just, from my experience looking at gaps, the top of the gap and the bottom of the gap, so those two levels there is always an area of interest. So, and you can see it lines up with the 155. So I would expect us, if we are going to pull back, we should be pulling back onto structure somewhere. That would make sense. This here would also make sense. And let me just put that level in. I'm going to make this chart really messy now. So 15,720 area, 15,648, 16, rather make it 15,650 area. And then there's a massive bit of support down here. But this is a solid green bar. So if we do go all the way back down here today, I'd be a little bit worried because it would be big up, big down. So looking for structure. And unfortunately, with oscillators like this on the 3 hour and the 1 hour, you need to be looking at the 15-minute chart. And there's nothing much extra on the 15-minute chart to be concerned about. So pull back onto this area, 15,720, that would get me long, get me an opportunity to buy into this. And first target is going to be 15,851, and then 1,600 would be the next logical targets. And you can see this level just below that at 15,975. But 1,600 definitely going to be tested again. Whether it's today or tomorrow is another story. But I think look for the structure somewhere in this area. You could possibly use your Fibonacci's as well, but that would be a much deeper pullback. And if I see that kind of pullback on the daily, I think I'll just stay out of the DAX again. So for me at the moment, nice healthy pullback, 15,720 or 15,650 area. Anything into that area and we start turning around again, that would be my opportunity to buy into this. And that's going to be off the 15-minute chart, possibly even the 5-minute charts if we've got time. Anyway, that's what we're waiting for. That's a structure. It's a nice healthy break. So let's hope that it continues and gets us an opportunity to get into the DAX and start trading this thing properly. This year has been a bit of a disaster for the DAX. Nothing really been on offer since March. You keep getting this chaos, and it's always difficult to trade chaos. Anyway, hope it helps, and we will catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.